Hey, this is Mike Elgan, News Director here at TWiT, looking at a couple of products for people who want to take fantastic photos with their iPhone 6 or iPhone 6 Plus. The first is a case that has a lens attachment, and the second is another attachment that goes on that same case for special lighting effects. And we'll go into all the details of those, both those products. The first is called the Ztylus iPhone 6 Plus case, and the second is the Ztylus LED ring light attachment. We'll get into whether or not that is worth it as well. Now, the problem that this company is trying to solve with these lenses is that if you look at a solution like the Olloclip, which we've reviewed before, they're difficult to get on, and then the lens quality is not that great. The other problem with something like an Olloclip, which clips directly onto the lens of the iPhone, is that it pretty much prevents you from having a case, and so you have to carry around a naked iPhone, which can be dangerous because if you drop it, it's going to break and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a close look at what is exactly in each of these products. The first, let's start with the case part of the iPhone 6 Plus case from Ztylus. Now you'll notice that you slip it on by essentially putting most of it, probably 90% of the body of the case is slipped on with a single piece that slides over the top. And then on the bottom, there's a metal or plastic. You can choose which one you want when you buy the product, which slides on the bottom and screws on with this sort of metal screwy thing here. And this holds it very, very firmly in place. Inside is a nice, soft, felty feeling sort of material that will cradle your phone lovingly with a softness so that it won't scratch and so on. Now, you also notice another great benefit of this case as a case. It doesn't cover the buttons, the controls, the ports, or the speaker. Those are all exposed to the elements, but they're also available to you for better control. Now, if you don't have the lens attachment or the light attachment in this case, you can pop out this handy kickstand and prop up your phone and watch movies or do whatever you're going to do. So that's a handy case. Now, it's kind of heavy, but it has a good grippy feel to it. This is the metal version of this is real metal. There's a gold version as well. And you'll also notice that it covers the top part of the lens. So, for example, if you lay it down on its back, the iPhone lens, which protrudes from the actual body of the iPhone, will not be touching the surface that you put it on. Likewise, if you turn it over and lay it down face down, the front of the phone, the glass part, is not going to touch the surface because it's just raised enough to lift it off the surface, and those are all really great features. Now, let's talk about the lens attachment itself. Now, to get off this kickstand thing, you have this little controller here. Give it a little twist, and that just pops right off. Takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, it's really easy to do. Then this is like a camera lens where you line up the red dots, and then you just slide it over, and then there it is. It looks like that's the lens right here in the middle, but in fact that is not the lens. We'll get into exactly how that works in just a sec. So if you want to use a lens, how this works is you slide it out. Put this in place, and you slide out the lens, and it covers the iPhone 6 lens. Again, there is an iPhone 6, I should have mentioned earlier, there's an iPhone 6 version and an iPhone 6 Plus version. We're looking today at the iPhone 6 Plus version. They are the same price. So there's one lens. That is the circular polarizing filter lens. It's cool in concept. Unfortunately, it's probably because of the small size or for some other reason, but it doesn't have a super strong polarizing effect. And here's another one, which is the fisheye lens. And finally, we have the wide-angle lens, which pops up. And inside there is a little black top, which you pop out to give yourself the macro lens for very close-up photography. And this is magnetic, so to put it back in, you just throw it in there and it places itself directly into the cradle there. This is a really high-quality macro lens, and you can get really close to your subject and still have high resolution. Not a lot of blurring around the edges. That's one of the disappointments I had with the Olloclip, which is that around the edges of the macro lens, there was way too much blurriness. Okay, now let's look at the other lens attachment, which is this sold separately LED lighting attachment. We'll go ahead and plug this in now. So what we're going to notice first is I have this removable item here, which lets you put the whole camera on a tripod from the attachment, and of course that's sturdy enough to really hold the phone. So that's actually a really cool feature there. But how you use this is you take the the lighting part of this, the ring, and swivel it out so that it is right directly centered over the actual iPhone lens. And then this red button here, you turn that on and you get what is obviously a very bright light. Now, one great feature of this is you can adjust. If you notice, if you look at the light directly, there's white and yellow LEDs in there. So you can adjust those separately. So with this little sliders here, you can turn down the yellow but keep the white bright. You can turn them both down, or you can turn them both up, or you can just have a yellow orangey light. Whatever you want to do, you can adjust that and perfect it. As you can see, these dramatically improve the lighting of your subject, especially if your subject is pretty close. If your subject is going to be further away than 4 or 5 feet, it's not really going to do much for you. But if your subject, if you're taking food photography, you're taking pictures of a pet within a foot or 2 or 3, it's going to have a significant effect. It's a nice gentle effect because the lighting is all the way around the lens, so it's not going to be a light source over here. Having said that, you may have noticed that because you have one of these attachments on, you can't have the other, and vice versa. And so if you want to use both the lenses from this company, Ztylus, and also the lighting, you can still do that. The LED ring light attachment doesn't use power from the phone. It has its own source, which is 3 AAA batteries. Now let's talk about pros and cons. The pros are that this is really high quality stuff. It's high quality engineering, high quality design, high quality material. It feels premium, and that's always a great thing, especially at these prices. It's also great as a case. The case protects everything while keeping the buttons, ports, and speakers exposed. I like that combination of maximizing protection while still giving you direct access to the actual phone where you need it. The inside is soft and fuzzy, so it'll protect your phone really nicely. And most importantly, and this is the mother of all pros for any sort of product like this, it will result, all of these products, both of these products will result in the highest quality photos that I have ever seen on an iPhone. The iPhone already has a great camera. This will greatly enhance it and will not reduce the quality through inferior lenses because the lenses are great. And of course, the lighting effects will always result in better photos in certain circumstances. The cons are that it's a little on the pricey side. Again, you can find cheaper prices online, but still, this is a pretty expensive solution for just improving the quality of photos on an iPhone. Another con is that the case itself is pretty heavy. So the normal way you do this, and of course one of the convenient things about this is that you can just leave the case on, swap on the attachments when you want them. So you're going to be using this case as your full-time case, and if you do that, it's on the heavy side, especially the metal version. And the case with attachments, once you put these lenses on, they're bulky. So if you want to put that in your pocket, good luck with that. It's probably too bulky for most people to put in their pocket. Having said that, this is a definite buy. Taking pictures with an iPhone is a great alternative. The quality is so good that it's a great alternative to a DSLR for a lot of people and in a lot of circumstances. And this combination of lenses and lighting will actually take that to the next level and really give you great quality photos. And given the quality of the photos, I don't think the price is really too high. So that's my review of both the Ztylus iPhone 6 Plus case and the Ztylus LED ring light attachment, both of which I recommend. And that's it.